welcome to We Have Tech Problems, but this time it is not my fault. We're here at fmtraining.v to talk about the wonderful FileMaker platform. My name is Margaret. I'll be our broadcast engineer for today. Today we're doing day 9 of fundamental layout design. Good. What are we doing today?
Okay, okay, we continue this objects that we created. To replace like the button bar. I know I spent a lot of time on this, but it is worth it because it's important to know what, the reason why we do that, right? So, and the technique I'm showing here, it's good for many things, not just for this. So I explain that technique a lot, but I want to make sure that people understand this button, this object here, because it's really changed many things, and you can use that a lot, right? As a button bar, but also for getting um, type of documents or whatever you want, right? It's a good filter technique. It's a good master detail technique, right? So it works very well. So that's why I want to show that, make sure that everybody understand that we can use actually tables, fields, records, right, in order to build a new object, right? And it's good to see how you interact with the UI, right? And the data underneath, right? How you connect the dots, right? Like here, for example, we use our what's the name? A layout calculation in order to evaluate a calculation that lives inside a field, right? So let me go there, right? So so this technique here, we heavily describe this in the vertical schema design, right? But here we have another application of this, you know. So we yesterday I promised you that I'm going to come with all the icons, so that's what I did, right? So you have title 5, 4, so with the number here, right? Admin, FileMaker file, and pi, and user and time. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I played with this. But now I want to show you another step on this. Okay. So far, right, I have a, a portal, right, with records, and the button here shows you do one thing. You select a field, you set a field with an ID, right? So that's the only thing that this button can do because it is hard coded. So how we can replace this and make it not hard coded, right? How we can make a programmatic object oriented objects button. Okay, how I can make this that as customizable as I did for all the visual of this object, like the icon, the title, right? So you see the icon and the title, everything comes from this. So I can programmatically customize it, right? Can put whatever I want, add, remove, right? So how I can make this the button to be whatever I want for each button. How I can make this button to do something completely different than this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, right? Well, it's very simple with the same principle, right? So in the table here, I'm going to add a field name, script name, and the same, and I'm going to add also, you know, the script parameters. Okay. So I added two fields here, script name, script parameter. Now that I have those fields, I can add them here. Actually, I can do this, can do this. And I can do this. And here I'm going to add script name, script parameter. Right. So here I have, so let me make this a little bit smaller, this smaller, this way smaller. So this is why I'm using one character on the field name, right? Because I can do this and I can see what it is, right? If you do that with this, with the name large, you cannot see. You understand? So that's why it's good actually to use that. Now, when you have a small like this, you put one character. Here I have my title, and here I'm going to make that bigger, and I'm going to make that bigger as well. Okay, script name and script parameter. So let's say, right, I want one button, this button here, to do the same thing. This button here, this button here, this button here, right? All the title, I want that to do the same thing. So in all of those. So I'm going to create a script, right? And I'm going to add a line here. And here, I'm going to call that select field, right? And of course, this needs a parameter. So when a script needs to receive a parameter, right? I put that in the name. I know that script must receive a parameter in order to work. So I know that in the name. So I'm not surprised. So that means when I have a button here, right? When I have a button here and I select that script, right? Oh, I need to actually save the script. Okay. So when I select the script here, I know I need to put something here, right? So I don't forget to put that, right? So each time a script needs to receive the script parameter, I'm putting that in the name. Okay, so that's my technique. So here, first, I want to set a variable to receive, okay, to receive that parameter. So get script parameter. So that means now, while I'm doing this, if you don't have this, okay. So let's say you have a script like this, right? And let's say here, I'm putting hello. Huh. I don't know why. Okay. And I'm setting like this. So I have this script with this parameter, right? Let's put an icon here. When I play that script, when I do the debugger, I come here and now I can see my parameter. So that means I can check if everything okay, right? And then all the script below, right? I can check if this, if I don't have this, because I could have say something like this, right? I could have say this. Oops. Get. Okay. But in that case, if I run the script with the script parameter, boom, where is my script parameter? I cannot see it. I have no way. So what I need to do, I need to go there, I need to go there, I need to go there, I need to say get script parameter. So I need to do all of this in order to see my script parameter. So that's why, I always get this in a variable upfront, right? Uh, yeah, from to C. So I get my parameter and then I do. Okay. So here, this button here, right? I don't, so I'm showing you how to make what we call a universal script. So what a universal script? Well, I want this set field. I want a set field that I can be set any field anywhere with anything, right? So the same script can do a set field anywhere, anytime with anything. Okay. So I don't need to have a script for each field I want to set. Okay, you know what I mean? So I have one script and I can set anything with the same script. Well, here I'm going to say set field by name. So who in the audience use the set field by name? Who familiar? Who tried and failed? Who never tried? Tell me. I want to know. It's kind of a poll. Not?
Yeah, a few times I've used it in a generic script. I use it. So Mikey says he uses it regularly.
Okay. So that I'm glad because this is cool. So I'm setting the field by name. So what I should receive here in the first, the field name, right? But here I need a field name like this, table name and field name, right? I, I need this. I need to receive something like this, okay? So, and then here, whatever inside. So I need two things. I need two things, correct? The field name and the data, pretty much, right? The results. Okay. So the parameter need to receive two things. Two. The first thing, the variable, the field name. That the first value of the script parameter, right? The get value of the parameter, and I want the first value of the parameter. That will be the field name. And then the results. Results. The parameter, the second field, the second value. Okay. So now it's easy. So I'm getting the parameter, I'm extracting from the parameter the field name and the result, and then I'm putting that here. Here I have the field name. So set field by name, field name, and the result. Here I have a universal script. So let's see. Okay. So here I'm going to put here in my layout, or here, I'm going to put, let's do it for this. I'm going to put field and field 2. I'm going to put those two fields here. Okay. Wow. And this button here, when I click on it, right, I want to set this field with title 5. Okay. So I select perform scripts, select, this script. And here I said, okay, I want the list of the get field name this. You cannot say, I want this, because this will get the content of the field. This is not what I want. I want the field name, not the content of the field. This gets the content of the field. I want the field name. I want to get the field name of that field. And no, I cannot do this neither. This works. This is the field name. Okay? This will work because this is a real field name. It's a text, right? But there's a problem here. If you code like this, if one day you have the bad idea to rename either the table, the occurrence, or either the field name, if you rename it this price, because this is a piece of text, right? Let's show you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I'm here and I want to get the field name on this. The result is design semicolon semicolon field, column column field. Okay, right? But what happened if I change it? I decide to change it. What? Well, why it failed? It should have. Oh, because I'm not. Because of this, should have changed this. Should have changed it. But anyway, it will change it. Trust me. Okay, it will change it in the calculation. So it change. If you change the name of the field, the get field name will change. Will automatically. I don't know why it didn't do that, but anyway. Okay, so that's why we need to use and that the reason of that get field name. Okay, so I perform the script and I say list because I want two parameters, right? I want the get field name of this, right? And the content of this line here in the button list one, right? Button list one, title. I want to put the title in that field. Okay. So now look this. If I click here, title 4, title 5, 7, title 8, see? So I put the, I put the content. But I want to add something else. I want to evaluate this, right? So I put in a parameter that I want to evaluate this. Right? So now this. So now I have one button, right? One button that do this, right? You understand? So I have one script that works for all the lines here, correct? So far, so great. But now, let's say I don't want to do that because this is also hard-coded, right? The button here is hard-coded, is tied to a script, but the script can be reusable, right? But that's okay, but it's not enough, right? Now, I want to have each button to be totally, completely independent. Correct? To do something else. So I'm going to say this button here, right, will do these scripts. Let's do a new script. For example, here, show date. Okay, I have the script, show date. What show date do? Show dialog. Current date. Get current date. Very easy, right? Then I want another script, right? That say open manage database. Okay, database. Something completely different. Okay, open manage database. Correct? And now I have another script that says show by 2, for example. Okay, show dialog, you know, by 2. Oops. And it's by 2. Okay. So I have many scripts here. I have 3 scripts, right? So now I say, okay, this one here, FileMaker file, I want to open manage database. This one I want to show the date, and this one I want to show pi multiplied by 2, right? So 3 scripts, 3 different things, right? Okay, copy the name of the scripts, and this one here, so which script I copied, I don't remember. Show date. Okay, I put the script here. The script, the script name. Okay. Here, open manage database. I put here, right? The account type. And the show pi by 2, I put it here. Correct? And now I say, okay, I have another script here that say perform scripts, right? And of course, I have a parameter. So what this script do? I'm going to set a variable. I collect the script name, right? Which is a get value, get script parameter 1. Oops. Yeah, we can do that directly. And I have the script parameter. And add the 2. I have my script name and my script parameter. And now I said perform scripts, not from the list, by name, right? It's like the set field by name, but for scripts, right? So I perform scripts by name. And here I said the script name. And here I said the script parameter. Right? It's correct? Well, remember, now I put the name of the scripts for each record here. I have the name of the scripts, right? Here. So now I can come to my button here and say, I want to perform the scripts, and from the button list one, I want the script name, first parameter, and the script parameter, second parameter. Right? So what will happen here? If I click here, right? What is my script name? Script name, Open Manager Database. So this is the script I'm going to perform. Open database. Buff. This one here, what script I'm going to do? Show date. Perform script by name, show date. Show dialog at the date. So I can, for each button, I have a different scripts that pi by 2, right? So I can programmatically perform scripts for each buttons, right? Without to put it hard coded. So do we have any questions?
Yes. Thoughts on using JSON for setting multiple parameters so we can have labels instead of numbers?
Yes, but it's too much. It's too much to write. Too much to remember. You need to type the name of the, of the JSON element. You need to type it. You need to remember it. And you don't remember, then you go back to remember what it was, right? So pretty much, I was using this technique at one point, and then I was putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a name, in the JSON. So I said, what's the point? What's the point to put a JSON stuff here when it's not good at all? And I'm going to show you why, right? Because it's natural. The way it is here, it is natural. The JSON is complicated. This is not. First parameter, second parameter, right? It's not. So parameter 1, parameter 2, right? So it's much simpler. And if you have a lot, right, you design like this, right? And then you can put as many as you want, right? So the JSON is hard to build, and you need to remember the name of each element, of the JSON. So you need to rename. You need to remember names. Well, I mean, you can, but to me, it's too much. I don't need that for that case, right? For that case, I don't. You understand?
Yes. Yeah, that is
So what
true.
happened?
1, 2, 3, 5 stresses me out when trying to go through what a bigger script is doing.
Yeah. So and normally I can reproduce this. This is how to write, right? So that's why I have a custom function now in all my solutions. Get script parameter, right? Right. And I put value here, right? And I pretty much write get value, get script parameter. Where is it? Where is my get function? Okay. Script parameter and a value number. Actually, I can say a value number. Boop. Right. So now I have a custom function get script parameter. Right. So I can just hold on. So instead of doing this, I say get script parameter 1, right? See, it's faster than to have two embedded function like this. Get script parameter 2, right? That easy to do that, right? It's much easier. So now let's say for those buttons here, I want to select the field here. I want to reproduce this. But remember, I have two parameters, right? So here, so I'm going to use for those right? I'm going to use the same scripts. This one. So I copy the name, and I'm going to say I'm omitting those, and all of those are going to use the same scripts with different parameters, or maybe the same parameter, because the parameter, remember what it was, right? It was a list, right, of the title, the list of the get field name and the title. So how you can do that, because here I have no dialogue editor. I don't have any calc dialogue editor to help me, to do the type over. I don't have this, I have a text here. So in that case, you go here, you go to the data viewer, right? And you build your calculation. So what do I want here? I want the list of the get field name, that field, right? And in the button list 1, I want to evaluate this. I have my two parameters here. So this is a calc, right? This is a calc that I'm going to copy and put here and replace. And all those buttons now will work perfectly. So see, so now I have those scripts. So pretty much all of this works. So if I click title 4, why? Yeah. Oh, I know why. Okay, here, why say that? Oh, yeah, because see, the parameter, the script name, here I get the script, so the script name is correct, right? And the parameter, but it should be good. List get field name should be good, because I select the field, and then this is the parameter. Oh, hold on. This is the script I use, but the parameter here, this doesn't work well, because yeah, don't know why. Script by name. Hmm? Why doing this? So I perform the scripts. I get my parameters, script parameters. So, and then I perform the scripts. I get the parameters, which is okay. Oh, yeah. So I need, yeah. Sorry for that. Something is missing. Okay. This parameter, I need to evaluate it because it's a text. So I need to, because here what I'm doing. So here where the problem is. I'm reading this like this, but it's a piece of text. This text. I need to evaluate this to get it, to get what this calc means. So I evaluate this test. Uh, did I rename the field? No. Okay. This works. Don't know why this one doesn't work. Okay, it works. This one I might, I might rename it, no? What the admin is. Oh, I have no, yeah, admin, I have no field. Yeah, here I have no, let's say open security or something like this, right? So let's create a script for this. Yeah, because I have no script here, right? For this button, I have no script. So he said delete, you know, he said, it doesn't exist. So let's create a script for this. Open security. Okay. I don't know if we can do that. Can we open the security? I don't think so. No.
No, I don't. I mean, if you type security, does anything come up?
No. Oh,
Or
no.
no?
That's why, it's for security they don't do that. I don't know, open I don't know, host, open host. Or open, I don't know, manage container. Open container. Okay? So I copy this, put here, and now this works. Right? This go there, this open the date, this open pi, this go there, right? So you see, so now I have scripts, parameters, and everything is completely customizable, right? So it looks complicated, I understand, because there's a lot to think, right? But when it's done, if you copy that table, right, and you replicate this, well, that's it. That's all what you need to do. Because after that, you just need to copy paste the name of the, of the scripts, and you paste here, and your button's done. Okay. So now, yes, if you rename the scripts, well, get broken, right? So that's why I have a technique for that, you know, to to prevent that to happen, right? To prevent to rename a script when you should rename them. You create, so all those scripts, all these, you shouldn't rename them. Well, you create a folder and you say do not rename. Rename. and you put all those inside that folder. You know, don't rename those scripts. Okay, so now we open the debate. Okay, this is a piece of shit because no, it's not, right? So we are spoiled child with FileMaker. We are spoiled child that when you go here and you rename this, everything renamed, everything works, it flows, boom. Because we are spoiled child, because we have FileMaker that, you know, consider us as child, right? And they do the job for us, you know, they wipe our butts, right? But if you go any other platform, in a dev platform, any other dev platform, if you rename a field, well, you're in big trouble. And I remember when I was working at at FileMaker, and when I was talking to other, to the engineers, we were building FileMaker, right? They had meetings to decide if they are going to rename a library or not, right? They had 15 people meeting to decide if they rename this or not, you know, because because renaming something could lead to have like 5 people working a week to rename that stuff. You understand what I mean? So it's not uncommon that you need to take care and of what you do when you rename things, right? Because it's the same when you use like the go to layouts and you have the name, right? And you can type the name, you can calculate the name of the layout. If you rename the layout, you screwed. Doesn't mean you cannot rename a layout, right? Doesn't mean. It mean, or it doesn't mean that yeah, don't use this at all. Don't, because if you so why is there? So why is there? See, don't use this. No, you can use it, but you need to make sure what you do. So for the scripts, if you use a script and it shouldn't be renamed, and by the way, why you want to rename this? I mean, you understand? If you rename something which is tagged, which is labeled as do not rename, you're going to break something. And for the layout, the same thing. Let's say, you have a bunch of layouts that you don't want to rename. Well, put a folder, do not rename, and you put all of those in a do not rename folder. Those, don't rename them. Otherwise you break them. For example, why use the go to layouts by name? So let's say I have multiple environments. I have the desktop environment, I have the mobile environment, I have the web environments, right? And that is decided at startup. At startup, I have a function that populates a variable that says in which environment I am working. So automatically, when you launch the system, you have a variable that says, okay, that's I am on desktop, or I am on mobile, or I am on web. Okay, and for the free platform, you have different layouts. So let's say here you have a layout for the desktop, right? And let's say you have the same layout for the mobile, but with a different design. And then let's say you have a layout for web, right? So let's say we have those, right? In my do not rename folder, right? So, and then here you have a go to layouts. And remember, let's say you have a variable, right? That automatically right? At startup, you have a variable. Typically, I name current platform. Okay. And you say, okay, I'm on desktop. Okay. This is my current platform. So at the beginning, I say, okay, current platform, I'm on desktop. Correct? Right? And here I have the layout desktop. Correct? And here I have the mobile. And here I have the web. Correct? Bon. And here I have a go-to layout with a calculated name. And I say, okay, I want to go to layout and say layout pipe and whatever the current platform returns. So for example, here I'm on the web. If I run this, boom, I'm going to layout desktop. Let's say I change, I'm no longer on desktop, I am on mobile, right? So my variable set current platform mobile. If I run this, same scripts, where I'm going, to the mobile. Same here, if I change, I say, okay, I'm going to the web because let's say I logged in with the web. So this says web now, right? If I run this script, go to the web. So you understand the design here is this. I have one script go to layout, and the name of the layout is layout pipe something, and the something change. So you use the name in a smart way to guide the go to layout way should go. So to prevent what? To prevent this piece of blip. If get system platform, system platform or system, I don't know, I don't remember, whatever, system platform equal 1, and then go to layout, here, else if, uh, else if, get system platform equal 2 or 3, right? Go to layout, select mobile. So you want this, right? And then duplicate this and say get to platform 4, which is web, go to web. You want this, right? You want this or you want this, right? Up to you. So you understand?
Yes.
So, but of course, if I go here and I do rogue and I say no, this is iPhone. Okay, you rename the script, the layout. Poof, doesn't work. You broke it, right? So you know that when you can use name in your advantage, but when they are predictable, when you can rely on the name, then you can have a cap that goes to that, that layout or run the script like I do here. Yeah, you put this, so do not rename. Well, forget about it. You close it. Do not rename. You close. Like here, the same. Oh, do not rename. Okay, no problem. I forget about it. Doesn't exist anymore, right? And if you need to rename them, make sure you run a DDR and you look what's referred to that layout before you rename it. Unfortunately, we don't have the get layout name function. You know what I mean? Where like we have for the get field name. Unfortunately, we don't. We don't have this. We don't have the get script name function. We don't have it. So we need to deal with what we have. Any questions?
We do. Get field name of a table will bring all the fields of that table.
No. Oh, oh, you mean this?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. This doesn't, you don't need this, right? And the layout name, typically I'm doing this, get layout name. So, but normally I don't need that. Or otherwise you see like this, get file name. But why does, why? Oh, because I have none. Stupid. Go there. Yeah, here. So normally you don't need that. Put double quotes like this because typically you want the current file, right? You know what I mean? You want the current file. This is when you want to go to another file if you have multiple files, right? But yeah, so you want the list of the field, the name, and if you change here, it change because you put the get layout name here and you have the field names. Yeah, that I use that sometime. I use that sometime. Also, you can say script names. You get all the script names, right? So I use that sometime too. You have also, yeah, because there's many application where that can be useful. Doesn't, yeah, none coming to my mind here, but you know, mostly those are function are are there for the what's the name, the plugin industry, you know. So they are all in design, right? So you have the table IDs, you have layout IDs, you have layout names, you know, the layout object names, you know, all of those are from, for they very useful for the plugin industry, right? So they rely on this.
Yes. Related to this,
We love it. Yeah, go ahead.
we have a question, which is, sorry if I missed this, but can you not call a script by script ID?
No, we don't have script ID. Oh, script ID, yeah. No, because it need to be a name, right? So it need to be a name. You cannot put, I mean, here is script by name. On the layouts, go to layouts, we can do the layout number. But this is a big, this is even worse, right, than the name. So let me explain. This, right? If I get the layout ID on this, uh, where the layout ID? Oh, I get, yeah. So you see there like this, 1, 2, 3, like this. Okay. So let's say I'm going to the layout number. I want to go to the layout number 2, right? So if I run this, so here I'm there, right? If I run this, I'm going to the layout number 2. If I say I want to go to the layouts, number 4, right? I go to the layer number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But let's say I have a good idea to do this, right? Well, if I go to the layout number 4, you go to this one. If you change the order of this, you change the order of the number. So this is even more nightmare than the rename stuff, right? Don't do this. I don't even know why they keep this. I mean, those things come from the prehistorical, you know, prehistorical, uh, what's the name? Time of FileMaker. You can have a useful application on this, but it's super complicated to explain right now. So I don't want to start this here.
That makes sense.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have another question?
Not that I see. So.
Okay, so next week that will be the last week on design. So I spent a lot of time for this, but I want to make sure that you get a file with this, right? And because there's a lot of application on this, right? So you need to invent it, what you can do with this. But there's a lot. I mean, I'm using that a lot, there what's the name? This, right? With the scripts. Because sometimes, for example, so a last application of this, why I'm doing this, right? So since we have some time, let's say, right, I'm going to, no, I'm going to keep this here. Here, I'm going to have a slide control with 2 tabs. Right? On the first, I have this. On the second, I have this. Right? And here I said this is slide 2 and this is slide 1. Correct?
Yes.
So let's move this somewhere here. Right? And here I have another script. Here, I'm going to create a script, right? Select item. So, yeah. So set field by name and, okay, go to objects. Objects name. Okay. So here I will have a third parameter that called object name. Okay. So here I'm doing multiple things. I go, so the field name I want to set, right? And the result I want in the field and the object I want to go. Okay. So for those buttons here, so I'm in this window. In this here, I'm going to replace those buttons here, the select field. I'm going to replace by another script. Okay. Going to replace by this one, the select item. So all those buttons, I want to replace select item, right? And the parameter is list of the get field name this with the ID here and the object name, right, that I want for that button, right? So, but it's missing here, missing the slide here. So the parameter here, right, is this, and I want also to add a new field slide. Okay. So my parameter is there, and whatever slide I decide to go. Those are my parameters for each button. Oh, I need to copy this. So I'm copying the button. I'm copying the calc, right? Copy. And I'm going to put that here. For this button here, the title one, I want to go to slide 1. Here 2. Here I want to go to slide 2. Here I want to go to slide 2. Slide 1, slide 1, slide 2, and slide 2. Because for each those things, I want to go to a different slide, right? So this one, slide 2, slide 1, slide 2, slide 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. So depending on what you click here, you can have a different slide with a different information. All of this programmatically here. You understand? So there's no limit here. Right? Questions?
Not at the moment. Nope, sorry, I was muted. So I think that we are good.
Okay. So next week we're going to do like I will do like an hour and a half every day, to finish to wrap up and not having another extra week.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, on doing the organization. So now we have objects. So now we have objects. What can we do with those objects? Okay. So I'm going all of this. We're going to use all of those things. Okay. And we are going to organize layouts with slides and buttons and fields and master details. That next week.
Yep. Okay, cool. That works for me. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Nick, for presenting on this.
Thank you.
I'm gonna let you. Oop! That was the wrong button. Ah! Crap. Okay, this is what we get for having the weird thing. The wrong button. Thank you very much. So there you can see I did not just hang up and leave him going like, what? All right, everybody. I'm going to stop this recording and then run the music. Y'all have a good one. I will catch you tomorrow, hopefully with less Zoom issues.